Today we're going to be making bean enchiladas, one of our favorite comfort foods. And if you've noticed so far, most of the things we've covered are comfort foods. Because when you're transitioning from the sad American diet, as most of us have, to either vegan or nutritarian or vegetarian, it's really hard to not miss the comfort foods. So we've adapted some recipes here and made them healthy for you to eat and also very delicious. First, we're going to start with the sauce because you need to get that cooking while you're preparing some of the other ingredients for the middle of your enchilada. So I have a can of unsalted chopped tomatoes that I've just blended a little bit because we like the sauce to be a little bit more smooth. A whole jar or a can of tomato paste, also unsalted. About half of a chopped onion, and it can be either red or white, it doesn't really make any difference. And a teaspoon of cumin and a teaspoon of cocoa powder. Stir it up just a little bit. And then we'll just let it simmer on the stove for probably about 10 minutes so that the onions can kind of simmer down a little bit. Now we'll make the bean mixture for the insides. So I have here about 4 cups or about 2 cans of, these are just a white bean, but you can use kidney beans or black beans, whatever bean you like really. And a whole block of firm tofu, a teaspoon and a half of smoked paprika, a teaspoon of onion powder, and a teaspoon of Bragg's liquid aminos. And I'm just going to take a potato masher, but you can use whatever will get the job done really, just to mash it all together. Now that we have that all mixed together, we're going to start making the cheese and get our tortillas ready. Next, we're going to prep our tortillas. These are just regular corn tortillas because they're gluten-free. But they start out they're kind of rubbery, you know, and if you roll them up like this, they're just going to crack and break. So I've already preheated the oven to 350, and we're just going to stick them in for a few minutes while we're making our cheese just to soften them up a bit. Okay, so now we're going to start on the cheese. So we start with a half a cup of cashews, a fourth a cup of nutritional yeast, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 clove of garlic, 1 tablespoon of mustard, and a half a cup of water. We're just going to blend this up until it's smooth. There, it's done. So now we have all our components ready. We've got our tortillas done, we've got our beans, our sauce, and our cheese. So now we're just going to prepare them. So you just put some beans on your tortilla, wrap it up. We're just going to layer them in the pan next to each other. And it really just depends on how many people are in your family. We feed a family of 4. So, you know, we have to make quite a few, and we're pretty big eaters, especially with this dish. It always seems like I never make quite enough. But 12 should be plenty. Okay, now we've got them all in the pan, and we are going to layer on the sauce. We're just going to pour it over. Doesn't have to be real pretty. Just has to get them covered pretty well, because if you leave the tortillas uncovered, they're just going to get really hard and brittle. So once you get it poured on, then you can kind of smear it around so that all the tortilla gets moistened a little bit. Okay, and last but not least, the lovely cheese. I'm just gonna pour it over. And there we go. And we're just gonna stick this in the oven, 350 degrees for about a half an hour, and then you're ready to eat. There it is. That smells delicious. So you can serve these up with a little bit of guacamole and salsa and a great big side salad. So remember, if you like what you're seeing here, don't forget to click on the subscribe button.